So I've got two new poems for you. One is directly connected to this tonight's theme, and the other is indirect. Twelfth night, or Viola, climbs the deck. Oh, the title runs of the poem. Twelfth night, or Viola, climbs the deck to the cedar porch where this afternoon 12 kids, sixth graders, all from our kids' class. For non-US readers, sixth grade means 11 or 12, congregate on sanded steps, on towels across chaise lounges, splayed on wooden rails. One astronaut, four Hogwarts students, one elf, two witches in cloaks from recently canceled cartoons. One had just changed his name. All but one tromped up in plastic rain boots. Latin roots for costume and for custom are the same, but cast, as in cast of characters, comes from Old Norse casta, throw, as in castaway. I almost forgot to say it's Halloween. Washed up on a beach that doesn't exist, drenched, tattered, and food insecure, as we now say, Shakespeare's Viola spends most of Twelfth Night pretending to be, or being, a boy. She fits the spectator's point of view. She's new to this kingdom, so nobody knows who she is, which means she can just make it up. She misses her twin enough to mimic him, enough to say to the lady of the house, I am not that I play. In César Franck's Sonata for Viola or Violin, piano and strings are not quite twins, but one impersonates the other. The first A theme leaps up, then walks down smartly, like the steps on a well-built porch, like a stage where music is the food of love. Two more moms arrive, bringing terrible pizza, cheese like gasoline, steam percolating through cardboard, nothing else on top. Half the kids won't touch it, the other half eat it up. Everyone's hungry for something. Coast comes from costa, side or wall, as in which side are you on, but cost, as in how much did that costume cost, from co-stare, to stand at or stand with, not to be confused with co-star. Custom, meanwhile, is a name for the gold and burgundy tree out front, which casts its fairy sparkles all over the rained-on lawn, while the 12th and shyest child wears sky blue and silver green. The best thing about Halloween, another mom says, is nobody's grading you. Nobody's after an A. The costumer is always right. At dusk, we moms, we ladies of the house, will walk all the kids down the street, where oak and wet magnolia leaves will open up like porches under the sodium streetlights, like housemen's chestnuts, which cast their flambeau, while the flowers stream from the hawthorn on the wind away. Houseman, as we now say, was very gay. He failed his Oxford exams out of sadness after his boyfriend quit him. He couldn't except in code, or else in Latin, say. But things are different now, as we like to tell ourselves. The kids, who honestly don't need watching, get ahead of us in a gaggle. They find their own way, as rainwater finds its grade, as Franck's last movement chases its double, sweet runaway, ascending like climbing the former stairs to your best friend's bedroom, the one you wished you had. You could have been identical twins if you were a girl. The piano part is famously tough to play. Our only portion is the estate of man, with all the candy that fits in a can. Above the 12 sixth graders cluster, a lattice of clouds gets ahead of itself. There's school tomorrow morning. If I and mine could have our way, they'd let you keep your costumes on all day. And the other poem is not a direct response to tonight's theme, but it fits anyway, I hope. Mine, 1993. I lived in a closet. Also, I lived in a closet belonging to my then best friend's then beau, who lived with three other men in a central square walk-up, spacious and sunlit, except for the closet. The closet abutted Horace's bedroom. Horace is like, but not quite his real name. Horace lived as a rent boy for a B-school professor. The others did, I never knew what they did. That is, consulting. I was proud to be the new coat check girl at a cavernous bowling alley recently made over into a cavernous rock club. I was working for tips. I wanted to say I was working. Really, I was playing at self sufficiency. Mostly, I was playing records nobody else liked for 2 hours a night, or four if the next DJ never showed up. I liked to pretend that other people were listening. Sometimes they called me up. I felt at home where no one could see me. I liked the Verlaines and Tree People, Small Factory, Circus Lupus, and Some Velvet Sidewalk, the Dead Sea and the Spinanes, who sang about thirsty anomie in a voice like sour cherries, sweet with overtones of sharp and ripe and bloodstained. When I moved out, I lost 2 crates, along with a cardboard box of 25 10-year-old vinyl LPs I took home meaning the closet, when the former producer was throwing them away, wrapped black and white with a picture of a naked toddler peeing. Their most famous song was about not being famous, not being in school, just hanging out in the Boston rock scene. The band was called Sorry. They broke up before I could see them. The album was called Imaginary Friend. Thank you. If you see a copy of Imaginary Friend, pick it up. It really is that good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Great.
Good work.